Hello sweet Doc Martin friends, and welcome back to today's caffeine and collabing video. Okay sweet friends, I wanted to talk about thrifting today and like why I've been thrifting, because I was watching my Shopaholics diary video from 6 months ago, and I know I had mentioned in that video that I had no intentions of buying anything and besides Doc Martens. And I actually like really cut back my spending on Doc Martens, but I started thrifting, and this was like instinctual. And because I do content creation, because I'm in the fashion world, and also you guys know I talk on here a lot about the fact that I talk to God a lot, just like in general, about my content and what to post, just because I don't want it to be empty content. I want it to have meaning. I want it to help people, but I also want to be expressive and, you know, authentic. This is one of the few places that we as humans can do those things. I just felt pulled to do it. You guys know I'm a very intuitive person, talk about that a lot on here, and I really believe, especially as a woman, that following our instincts is like the key to unlocking our happiest lives. And that's why we get so much pushback on it all the time, because I don't know, I feel like the entire world is always telling you to do the opposite of what your instincts are telling you. And you know, I'm not for that life, especially now that I've been on my own for so long. I've just really settled into following what my inner voice has told me and what the voice of Holy Spirit has told me. So yeah, and if you guys think I'm crazy, you're just not connected. I don't know, I might leave that out, but anyway, I have been thrifting. Do I plan to keep thrifting? If I'm pulled to do it. Have I gotten rid of a lot of clothes? And I recently did a closet clean out that I will be posting soon for you guys. Yes. Has my style transitioned? Yes. That is another reason that I started buying again, because I really actually gave my style a name. Minimal is usually not in my vocabulary in any way, shape, or form, whether it's stacking jewelry or styling or my wardrobe and my closet itself, obviously. But, you know, I got really excited about knowing exactly what I liked for the first time ever, because I've dabbled. I still kind of dabble, but now I know exactly what I like. Like I can really look at something now and immediately know if I'm just liking it, the idea of the piece, or I'm actually liking the piece. Like I'll style it and wear it, and it wasn't like that even a few months ago, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. So that is why I started thrifting again. That is why you guys have gotten about 3 or 4 thrifting videos coming through. I wanted to share with you kind of how that transition was happening and how my instincts were kind of pulling me to fill in some gaps that were in my wardrobe, as far as just knowing what I liked now. Again, and before I knew what I liked, but I was still kind of all over the place, whereas now it's like honed. And that was the whole goal, I think, from the beginning of all of this, was to really fall into exactly what I would wear, how I would dress potentially for the rest of my life. Obviously, things are subject to change at any point in time, but as of right now, I feel like this is going to be my style. The old money grunge, as I've called it, as I've named it, is going to be my style go forward, inevitably. And you guys know I throw in some skater girl twists in there and some artsy twists, but it all kind of falls under the same umbrella for me regardless. And I just want to keep those like artsy gothic tones to my pieces while also being able to remain feminine, because that was one thing I didn't want to lose, was the femininity part of it. I was very tempted a few times to completely like dive into going gothic, but I just knew that I loved color too much still. So I guess that means a part of me is still alive. You know, but here we are. So with this video, I did want to accumulate 5 pieces that I loved the most out of everything I thrifted in the past month, because that was about how many videos I've posted thrifting. There was one before that I went back and saw, which I'll show that one up here for you guys. that I did thrift randomly. I was like out and about and I went to a Goodwill. But aside from that, these pieces are from my last 3 or 4 thrift hauls. I wanted to share them with you and kind of pinpoint how they fit my old money grunge style. And as a matter of fact, I am wearing one of these pieces. This was from the Goodwill bins. And remember how excited I was in this video, guys, to talk about how I felt pulled to the Goodwill bins. And I felt like this shirt was the shirt. It is Harley Davidson and it says Wild at heart. And I feel like it kind of mimics the tattoo I have on my back. So I have this sunflower tattoo, which I'm sure you guys have seen like in my videos, but it says inside of us all is a wild thing. And I couldn't believe I found this. And then I love like is that leopard print heart. It's so sick and it's perfectly oversized. And this piece truthfully came as like my first thought piece when I was thinking about curating all 5 of these. I really loved it. It spoke to me. It can also very much so be grungy, old money. You can style this in so many ways. It's simple enough. Like I can't really talk about a white long sleeve t-shirt that much without it becoming super redundant, but come on guys, this is super cool. And the fact that it was in such great condition still, like you can tell it's worn, like because it is pilled a little bit, which you probably can't see that on camera, but it's still in great condition and it's super soft and worn in, like, you know, when it's been washed a lot. So yeah, I was just so enamored by this find. This is definitely number 1 for me in all the pieces I thrifted. The next piece was this little white mini dress that I found in the girls section at my local Goodwill. And it's this like very 90s Christina Ricci. I'm so sorry guys, I said the wrong actress in my last video from Casper because I had Winona Ryder on the brain, but very Christina Ricci 90s vibes, and it has like this A-line split. It's a little short, but I wear like a slip skirt under it or bloomers and it fits me great. It does have a built-in slip on the inside too, so it's not see-through. And I think I might have paid like $6 for this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And again, so kind of vampire-y as well. You can easily make this grunge with some belts or chains. And it's kind of like a cream. It's not really a white, whereas this is a white, and I love creams. I think creams can be so grungy, especially old money grunge. I think they're the perfect color for that like in-between look. But yeah, this definitely is so beautiful. And then the pattern on here, like really, really unique. I was just so in love with this. Always look in the girls and boys section, guys, not just the girls section. Also look in the boys section because you never know what gets thrown in there. And yes, this is a girls 16, but it fits like usually 14, 16 in girls fits like a 2-4 in women's. So just keep that in mind to not skip over multiple sections of the thrift store. Okay. All right, next piece was this top. Now, this top looks like it could be real fabric, which is one of the reasons I decided to get it, but it is polyester. So that is the only unfortunate part about this top, but this is drool worthy. Like the fact that it reminded me of Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and just the amount of ways I could wear this. And it looks very high end, like I said, so that old money vibe comes screaming through with this. But you can like add a corset to it, or add pearls, or maybe layer something cream or black underneath, or even purple to give it a little bit of pop and make it a little bit more grungy, especially with like belts and stuff. Like I just feel like this has so much potential, and I underestimated how great of a piece this was when I grabbed it. Like I knew, but I didn't really realize until I brought it home and put it on how good it was. Like anything that reminds me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is just 90s grunge to me. So I could not pass this up. Plus it has these like really detailed buttons on it. They have like gold and black on them, and that's so freaking gorgeous. It's almost like a paisley print, but again, it looks like something that a vampire would wear stepping out of their lair to go out to a nightclub to feed on some blood, and that is all I need in my closet. That's all. This piece surprised me that it popped up in my brain as one of my favorite pieces, but it was this little chain bag. I want to say this is vintage Target, being maybe like 5 to 8 years old, but it has these studs all over it and this chain, and I find myself reaching for this a lot, not only to style but to wear. Just the details on it are really, really grungy and classy enough where they could file under old money. And I do like the pleather. This obviously isn't real leather, but the pleather is convincing enough where I want to wear it and it doesn't look cheap. And obviously you have the chain details on here. It's very subtle, but it's so cute. Like just enough where I feel classy. I don't want to look tacky or cheap. Even if, you know, I did get this for pennies on the dollar at the Bittens, I don't want anyone to know, but no one would know. No one would know. So yeah, this is so good. This is probably gonna surprise some of y'all. And it kind of, again, this kind of surprised me too, but it was these men's oversized Dickie pants. These are huge and they scream skater girl, but even with this and like a turtleneck or a fitted top underneath, like just the wash of these denim, it's so hard to find like darker wash denim, and these are obviously like really worn. I did run them through the laundry, but that's one of the reasons that I liked them. Again, it's that grungy effect. I have no qualms that they're stained. You can't even really tell. You can kind of tell because the light's here, but wearing them, you can't tell. I do have to put a button in there so they fit my waist. Like I wanted that extra baggy look, and you know, if I would gain weight, God forbid, I would still be able to adjust them. So they do have the Dickies logo on the bum. They have like holes in them. They're frayed at the bottom. They're golden. I even put these two pieces together when I did my thrift haul for the bins. So it's kind of funny that 3 out of these 5 pieces are from the Goodwill bins. I always talk about how a lot of my thrifted pieces that are favorites are from the bins. And y'all wouldn't believe that, but go to the Goodwill bins, dude. Like, yes, the longer you stay there, the more you're going to find. It is an investment, and it is a little intimidating because not only, you know, it is a little bit dirtier than most of us would like to admit, but, you know, having to fight people through bins of clothing is not fun. It's very crowded and it's a lot. It's a lot. But if you're willing to go through it, you're going to find some of the most amazing pieces that you've ever been lucky enough to find in your whole life, and you're gonna pay little to nothing for them. It wouldn't hurt to old money grunge them up, right? Okay, let's go ahead and try a little bit of styling for this Caffeine and Collabing video. So I actually chose kitten heels, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I've been so much more partial to kitten heels lately and my knee-high boots over Docs, and I don't know what's happening. I hope it's just temporary, but I still love to reach for my Docs, but like there's just been something about the kitten heel that has just really been speaking to me lately. I'm really glad that I have a variety. I also love these denim. They're express denim. I love the little hem at the bottom with the dark blue. I think that's very, very cute. Just the contrast of the very feminine heel with the kind of like punkish top and then the studs in the bag. It's so simple, but it literally brings exactly what I want to the table, and that's all that matters. Also, this is what I mean by the old money grunge look. This is an Express black tank. I'm gonna throw over that red top, and look at these buttons I got on Amazon. This has a little bow on it, but this is just to bring the waist in on this. I do like that asymmetrical button too, like that button. The way these dickies fit, it makes sense to me. And I like how baggy they are, but like the hips. So with baggy denim, y'all, as a woman, the way to know if they're the right fit for you is how they're going to lay at the hips. You don't want them too baggy where it looks like you're like super heavy, but you want like a good barrel look with the denim if you're shopping for men's denim. And then you want it to cinch at the waist so that you still look somewhat feminine. That's at least how I shop for my baggy denim or men's denim particularly. They need to just have a certain fit, and I do take risks usually when I'm at the bins, particularly thrifting denim like this, because 9 times out of 10 they're not going to fit my hips right. But these just have that look. Okay, we need like a cute little girly shoe with this. Having slacking on the caffeine. Coconut water is so good in your coffee. I think it's even better in matcha. Purple and red go really good together. This is one of those moments. I love this look right here. I think this is very, very chic, this tank top. And yeah, I love the vibes. This might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea, okay? It's my cup of tea. I love this. Very unique, very like borderline old money grunge. Very masculine, I know. It is a very masculine outfit, but I feel so comfortable and I feel so chic and effortless in this. Y'all don't judge me. With my little headphones on. And this top is so soft for being nylon and polyester. It is so silk adjacent. I didn't even think that was possible, but it's cooling like silk is. So I'm just really surprised that it is a polyester nylon fabric, because polyester is usually very, very suffocating, but not this top, y'all. Not this top. But yeah, love this. Also, if it's hotter out, just to like take it off and wear this with the denim and the little Mary Janes. It is very, very skater girl vibes, but y'all know I love that too. So yeah, I am so in love with this dress, guys. I do have to wear a slip skirt underneath it because it is so short. Put these little Steve Madden booties with it instead of Docs because they gave me like more witchy vibes, and I love it. And I'm thinking about adding some chain belts. And then I have to style this blazer, guys. I thrifted this blazer years ago and I just never style it, but it is so freaking good. I do really like this actually. And obviously I could button it to be a little bit more, I don't know, suit-like. But yeah, this is cute. I'm surprised at how much I like this. I don't know, guys, what do y'all think? It's definitely a transitional fit without tights, but obviously you could add tights to this for winter vibes and even like a scarf, but I'm not quite ready to style for winter yet, y'all. I still need to get through fall. So this is definitely very fall vibes. I like it open. I like the dimensions that we have going on here, the textures, the patterns, the colors. I think that everything really ties in awesome. Obviously you could switch out any belt you wanted, but I mean, even no belt, I feel like it doesn't have as much, it's not as fun without the belt idea, but oh yes. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. What do y'all think? So yeah, guys, that was my little caffeine and collabing for y'all. Grungy old money aesthetic is giving you some inspo of what to maybe find that you could thrift. And yeah, just that things are subject to change, and maybe I'll keep thrifting, maybe I won't. I haven't really been pulled to do it. I haven't really been feeling it. I think I definitely have a perfect wardrobe. Not really much else I could bring here except for more docs, honestly. I love my wardrobe. I think it's amazing. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so much. And please tell your friends there's a girl on the internet who likes style Doc Martens and other cool, fun, grungy girl stuff. Love you guys. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.